In this problem, we're trying to achieve a maximum profit. We've got 3 members of a sales team and they sell particular items in a store, and what we know is that we have a matrix which displays the profit that each sales team member makes from those particular items. What we want to do is focus their attention on a particular product, and hopefully we'll combine together to achieve a maximum profit for the whole team. To do that, we'll use the Hungarian algorithm. So the very first thing we do when we're maximizing is look for the largest entry in our matrix. In this case, the largest number is 120. We're going to subtract each entry from 120 and then replace it in the matrix. So you can see here in the top row, 120 minus 60 is 60, 120 minus 80 is 40, etc. We're doing that for all these entries. The next step now is to examine each row, and what we do is look for the smallest entry in each row and subtract that from all the entries in the row. We can see in row 1 the smallest entry is 0. So there'll be no change in row 1 when we subtract 0 from each number. In row 2, smallest entry is 20. So we subtract 20 from 50 and itself and from 70. And 20 is the smallest number in row 3. And we do the same process and subtract that from each number. Now we'll look for the smallest number in each column. So in column 1, the smallest number will be 10. And we're going to subtract that from each entry in the first column. In column 2, the smallest entry is a 0, so there's no change there. And in column 3, the smallest entry is a 0, so likewise there's no change when we subtract 0 from each score. Now we look to cross out the zeros using the smallest number of horizontal and vertical lines. So we can see that in the third row there's 2 zeros. We'll remove those straight away. We've only got 2 zeros to go, and we've got no way of crossing those out other than using 2 vertical lines or 2 horizontal lines. Altogether we have 3 lines we've used to do the crossing. It's a 3 by 3 matrix, so we're ready to check our solution. What we need to keep in mind is this time we're finding a maximum solution, and we did that by subtracting each entry from 120 at the start. We're just rewriting the matrix from the last step here, and what we now need to do is allocate a 0 so that there is 1 0 in each row and column. In the first row there's no choice, we have to select the 0 in the last column, and if we've done that in the last row we must select the first 0, and in the second row we have no choice. So they're the zeros that we've selected, and we match those to the original matrix. So that's the matrix at the start which told us the profits. So the maximum profit, the first entry in the last row matches 90, the second entry in the second row matches 100, and the last entry in the first row matches 120. So our total profit comes to $310.